All right, so if you run an agency, I'm going to forever remove a crutch that has probably kept you stuck, which is relying strictly on booked appointments, running ads, or having other sources to get people who are interested in your service. What I'm talking about is being able to outbound set an appointment who has very little context, very little interest coming in, how to schedule them into an appointment, how to warm them up before the call, and tee them up for a great close. And one thing before they become students of mine and learn exactly how to do what I do that people always complain about is, David, I can't afford ads and I have no way of getting appointments. Outbound doesn't work anymore. It absolutely does work. You just sound like everybody else and you're bad at it and you don't know how to do it properly. And so of course you're going to get really bad results. So in this video, it's the first dial of my day. For reference, I basically need 6 pickups to get 5 sets a day. A lot of guys I know are dialing for 10 plus hours to be able to get 5 sets a day. And I don't say that to brag, I say it because I have a really good system and pretty much every single person I talk to wants to at least schedule an appointment to see what we do. And while not every single one closes, generally about 7 out of 10 people I end up talking to from my own sets will end up paying me by the end of our second call. So watch this all the way through, copy it. I promise you, you'll get way better results than you are right now. And if you want to get 10 out of 10 results, then there's going to be a link below for you to book on and speak with me to learn exactly how to run an agency like I do that is not a massive headache, doesn't take a ton of time, has really awesome clients who enjoy working with you, and that can scale extremely quickly. And while I can't promise you that in the next 90 days you're going to be hitting 100K months, what I can promise you is that by working with me, someone who actively runs an agency and does this every single day, you're going to have a 100% better chance than trying to figure this out on your own or going with one of the programs with either a washed up guru or someone who built an agency 3 years ago that's now still running but doesn't face the struggles of building agencies from scratch without brand, without marketing in 2026 when everything's so competitive. But that's about it. Go watch this through. You'll see this is a genuine live set. And if you feel so called, feel free to book a call below, speak with me, and I will help you blow up your agency. Talk soon. All right, first dial. Hey, Marcel.
This is Marcel. Hey.
Hey, Marcel. This is David. I think a couple of days back, maybe 2 days back at this point, we had sent you a message about getting more high quality listing appointments. You had responded back, you were interested. And I guess we didn't get around to chatting. And so I'm actually the owner of the company. I wanted to reach out to you directly. Do you have a couple minutes for me to kind of explain to you how everything works?
Okay.
Cool. Let me do this. Let me just kind of run you through like the high level, make sure it sounds interesting. If so, we can talk a bit more. If not, no worries at all. But essentially what we do, like a lot of the realtors I speak with, they'll have like some consistency with referrals. So they'll have their sphere of influence, and they're getting deals. It's profitable, obviously, but it's sort of like the up and down months. So like some months are really good, some are a little bit slower. And so what you kind of try and backfill with, whether that's like Zillow, cold calling, a lot of people try crappy agencies. Pretty much everything is not very good ROI. So what we do is it's a little bit different. Essentially how we work is we do like an end-to-end system. So we do a combination of finding motivated seller leads. So what we do is we target people that are going through divorce, downsizing, people that have like an actual reason that they want to sell as opposed to just people that are looking for like a home valuation. And then what we do is we use an AI agent to go back and forth with them, pre-qualify them, and then we have a human layer. So we have a person call them, kind of just like how we're talking on the phone right now, to make sure that they're interested, make sure they have intent. We warm them up on you, and then that's where the handoff happens. You just get on the phone, schedule them in for an in-person appointment, and then it's your job to close from there. But we try and take it to the 10-yard line, so to speak. So it's the easiest close possible. But does that sound at all relevant to kind of what you're doing right now and something you might want to add on, or am I completely off base here?
Yes, but how much does it cost?
So it depends on if you want leads or appointments. So we don't do like a retainer model. We don't make you pay like 2 or 3 grand a month every month. We do it off of whether you want to just get leads, which is like a positive reply, someone that says, hey, I'm interested, or appointments, which are ones that are scheduled in for you. And it also depends on how many you buy. So you can buy one at a time. You can buy in bulk. It also depends area to area. So I can double check what it looks like in your area as well. I know I was talking at you for a minute, though. It's actually helpful for me to understand a little bit. Do you have an ideal sort of audience who you pick? Like, do you work really well with people who are going through a divorce? Do you work well with like military families? Do you have like a sort of ideal type of person you like to work with, or are you pretty much I'll take anybody?
Yeah, I'm all over. Hmm.
You're like any and everybody. Send them my way.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I respect it. It just like last 6 months. If you have an idea of like your ideal clients, the easiest to work with, quickest to sell, can you give me an example or two of like a person or an avatar so I know who to target on your behalf?
um, $1 million buyer that's ready to go.
Well, that's a good one. A little bit broader, like more life situation, because that's how I can target people through our marketing. Like I can target people that are going through a specific circumstance, a kind of demographic, so like age range, gender. That's a little bit easier. So have you found like one that correlates with your sort of best clients up until this point?
Um, Probably people that are upsizing or downsizing. They've been through it before and they're ready for a change.
Sure. You prefer like older like parents, maybe their kids moved out and they're like, "Hey, I want to go into a smaller home," or are you a little bit more of a fan of like, "Hey, we just had our first kid, we need a bigger place." Do you have a preference between the two?
Uh, yeah, the one that wants a bigger place.
Okay, the one who wants a bigger place. So slightly younger families. You're like, I don't want to have to play caretaker and realtor. Is that right? I got you. That's fair. Completely fair. All right, I'm taking notes on this right now. And just so I have an idea of what you're doing currently, are you running any sort of marketing, like either Facebook ads, outbound campaigns, cold calling, mailers, anything outside of just like referral base right now, or are you pretty much strictly referrals? You're like, I'm going off the people who liked me and want to send me more business.
Um, well, I do have a lot of people that come back to me. So and so people that know me, like me, and have worked with me before. Those are ideal.
Well, that's a good sign for me. Hopefully, I'll like working with you too. But I always like to hear that. It means you have a good, obviously a good service. It means you know how to do your job well. So it's really just pretty much primarily referrals from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, that's a very solid baseline. That's what most people are doing. We just are like, hey, if we can add more consistency, you can tell me if this sounds interesting. It's like, well, if you have a slow month, right, where you're not getting a lot of referrals, maybe people are busy, whatever it might be. It's like just having the control of knowing, hey, I can add an extra, I can get inside 4 or 5 homes this week if I want to. I find a lot of my agents I work with really like that. Just puts you in a little bit more of a consistent position, and you can operate a bit more as like a business, less as a salesperson. Um,
Right.
so that's kind of why people like what we do. Have you tried any sort of things like ads in the past? I know you're not currently doing it, or would this be kind of your first go around, first swing at it?
No, I've done a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. The way you said it sounds like a little bit of everything was not so great. You had a bad experience before?
Yeah, I've paid out a bunch of money and not gotten anything out of it much.
Were you working with like an agency or Zillow? What did you try?
Yeah, it was an agency.
Uh oh. You got stuck with one of the kids in their mom's basement. That was their first time running ads. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I hear. A lot of agents I talk to have had a bad experience with an agency in the past. I always like to also show, and I'll show you this when we sit down. I talk face to face with anyone I do business with because I want to be very clear and direct. Like we operate as professionals, so we're not just an amateur trying to run some Facebook ads for you. But we also just, we cover the ad spend. So I never ask you to put money into Facebook that I'm not willing to front first. Um, but that's helpful for me to understand. Can you give me a little bit of an idea, just so I know? Are you full time in real estate, or do you do something else, or is this full time for you?
I'm full time.
Okay, fantastic. Last 6 months, how many deals have you been able to actually close out, like push through?
Uh, Not that many. Probably about five.
Okay, that's not bad at all. I mean, I know people that are doing less, so we can definitely get that up. But you've got about five. And is your average commission per listing? My average agent I'm working with is like between 10 to 12,000 is their net, what they're taking home off each deal. Are you roughly in that ballpark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That's helpful, by the way. The reason I asked that is the agents that are doing like really small deals where they're like netting like 6 to 8, it starts to be a little bit harder to be ultra profitable. If you have like 10K or more on average net per deal, we can get you to like a 5 or 6x return on what you put into marketing, which is helpful. Um, okay, cool. And right now, in terms of just your day to day, what you can fit in, so I have an idea. How many appointments do you think you would be able to actually take on? So you have an idea. When I count an appointment, this is someone who's scheduled for like a phone call with you, and then you would be booking them for in person. About 6 to 7 out of 10 will end up booking from like a phone appointment to going in person. Do you know how many like phone appointments slash in person appointments you'd be able to squeeze in per week, or you'd like to take on per week?
Uh, Probably like 15.
15. Okay. You want to get busy. You're like, book me out. Okay. I respect it. 15, I'm going to go ahead and put that down because I'm taking notes on everything. Fantastic. And then last question for you. I promise I won't keep you too much longer here. But as a marketer, I tell any agent I work with, my number one job, more than just making you look good and getting you appointments, is to differentiate you. One of my mentors always told me different is better than better. And what he meant by that is people want to be able to see, there's so many realtors. You know this better than I do, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that could work with you, they've got 20 other options they could go with, right?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and so my number one job and my number one goal is to get across to these people, hey, here is the reason, right? Here's the exact reason I should go with Marcel as opposed to going with, John or Joe Schmo, right? Like, how do you separate from other agents? And so I'll give you an example of what's a helpful answer and what's not a helpful answer. Helpful answer for me to understand is like, hey, I grew up in a military family, so I'm really good at working with people who have to move around a lot, where the dad may be in the military. I'm really good at that. Someone who's like, my parents went through a divorce at one point, and so I have experience of dealing with that. I can help with that too. Those are helpful answers. Less helpful ones are the ones where they're like, I work hard and I know what I'm doing. It's like that's too general. Can you give me like your 2-minute elevator pitch of kind of what stands out and differentiates you from other realtors so I can get this down?
Yes, I am a person that likes to make my client like one of the family. And so I listen to them. I want to make sure I get exactly what they want, and that way we will save time and we'll get you in a home quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know anyone that wants to buy or sell, call Marcel.
I like your tagline. Okay, so it's basically it's a more personal process. You're not just a client. You're kind of part of the team. Like we're gonna take care of you a little bit more across the board. Am I getting that right?
Right.
Great.
Right.
Any other points that you think may be helpful for me to know so I can really help position you better?
I've been a real estate agent for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got lots of experience, and um, I have access to a lot of higher priced homes because my broker builds a lot of over $1 million homes.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, mm,
That's really good. I got that down too. Anything else you can think of that may be good for me to know?
mm, I'm an agent that cares.
Put the people first, not the commission.
Right.
Good. I don't work with the people that don't, so that's what I like to hear too. All right, I got all these notes down. Thank you, by the way, for going a little bit in depth for me. You'd be surprised. I talk to a lot of agents. My job is to help them, and I'm like coming on. I'm offering some free sort of value, and they're like, first of all, I don't know how they close any deals. They're very rude, and so I don't even take those people on. But also, it's like pulling teeth when I'm trying to get sort of how they separate and how they differentiate. So I want to say I appreciate you being open and kind of going back and forth with me here. It's only going to help you too. So I got all of those points down. Here's what's generally best for me, Marcel. I'd love to like obviously tell you everything over the phone, and that would be so fantastic. But the truth is, like we've only been talking for a little bit, and so I want you to one know exactly what I can do, and two, any agent I take on, I build them a to Z game plan. So it's not going to be the same as what I do for my clients in New York. It's not going to be the same for what I do with my clients in Beverly Hills. Like I have clients across the U.S. and the strategies are different location to location. Anyone who does the same thing for everyone is not very good at what they do. And so I would also love to sit down and talk to you face to face if possible. I would like to do that over Zoom. Have you ever done a Zoom call before? I'm guessing you may have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. What I can do is I can find a time and I can send you a link beforehand. I know it's a Friday here. Are you a weekend work warrior? Do you work on the weekends, or is Monday generally going to be easier for you?
I'm not working this weekend. I'm at a ladies' retreat, so.
Okay, and I don't want to get involved. No men allowed there. So we'll stick to Monday. I can let me look at what times I have here. Do you use Google Calendar by chance?
I do.
Okay, great. I'm looking right now. I know Monday is Martin Luther King Day, but if you're okay with hopping on and doing a little lunch date with me via Zoom, I would love to talk to you. Then I have an opening if you might be free around 3 p.m.
Uh,
I could also do later in the evening if that's easier for you.
okay. 3 should be fine.
3 p.m. is good. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and put you down here, and I'm going to send an invite to you. What's your favorite email for me to send this to? I have your little tagline at Gmail. Is that the best one?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Go ahead and open up your email for me because I'm going to send you this invite now, and you need to click the button that says I know sender. You're going to see a cute little photo of me with my girlfriend and my dog. So I'm adding this right now. All right, so this should send your way now. Give it a second and then let me know if you get that. And it's just sending from my personal email here.
David.
You got it. And if you click on that email, do you see the button that says I know sender? It's at the top. Check your Google Calendar for me and see if it's showing, because it may have just popped right onto your Google Calendar for you. I'm not positive. Most people have to hit the I know sender button. Or you can just hit the yes and say that you're good for that time. But it should give you a couple options on that email. Cool. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And then one more thing. I'm going to send you a quick text here. This is my personal number, so you have it. And if you want to save my contact down, I'll give you my first and last name here. And I'm going to send you a tiny bit of homework. It's not going to take long, but it's going to remind you a little bit of high school. Think you can do this for me?
It depends.
All right. All I need you to do, don't worry, it's not too difficult. It's a quick video. It's going to show you, one, who I am, so you don't feel like you're talking to a stranger. You can actually see my background. You can see my social media. I kind of show my background in marketing because I have multiple years of experience. So you can just watch that video, and then I also link so you can see what our offer looks like. It'll give you kind of a breakdown of how our system works, just so you can make sure coming into that call this feels relevant, even past what we just talked about here. And if you write down your questions for me after going through that video, I'll be able to answer them a lot better for you on that call. Do you think you can do that beforehand?
I'll try.
You think you can squeeze it in for me? I'd be eternally grateful.
I think so.
All right, good. And then last thing, if you text me back and just say, hey, and it's your name, then I can send you over these videos, which I'm pulling up right now, so I can text these to you. You just have to text me back so you can actually open the links. It's a YouTube video and a Google Doc, so it's very simple.
Okay.
So you mind just texting me back at that number that you should have gotten a text from me there.
Okay.
I did not get the text back from you just yet. Oh, there we go. I got the hi. All right, so I'm going to send you here. This is the video. It's actually on my YouTube channel, so feel free, if you're a marketing nerd, you can watch my other content. And I'll also drop you a link to this doc, which breaks down everything. The most important thing is just look at that video, but if you have the time to go through the doc as well, I think it might be helpful for you. It'll give you more context, make sure everything's relevant. But then on Monday when we sit down, I'll take you through. I'm going to have a specific game plan for you. I'll show you everything. And any sort of questions you bring, just write them down. I'll answer those all for you on the call. And if everything looks good and you love it, we can do some business together. If not, no harm, no foul, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hopefully I didn't bore you too bad. Did you enjoy talking with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're a sweetheart, Marcel. I appreciate your time. And I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy the retreat this weekend.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. And that was my first call. It's easy as that. Boom.